want to go to Hajj for the first time.
Okay.
And I have a mother who is sick.
Who is sick? Yes.
So, okay, can I do the two Hajj together? That of mine and that of my mother.
Your mom is also going with you?
Yes. Oh, no, she's not going. She's staying.
Ah, she's staying. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I think we got that question.
Yeah.
And doctor will answer that.
Yes, that's a good question. No, naturally, you cannot do. In fact, you cannot do Hajj for anybody prior to you performing your own Hajj. Yeah, in Islamic jurisprudence, it is allowed to go for Hajj on behalf of somebody who is unable to do. And the majority of the ulama, of the scholars, that this person must not be alive. Like somebody, the father or the mother or an uncle who was unable to go to Makkah until the person died. So you now decide to go to Makkah for him or for her. This will be accepted, provided that you've already performed your own Hajj. Now, in your own case, this is your first time. You have never performed your Hajj, and this is an individual obligation. The way your mother is obliged to go to Hajj, if she can do, you are equally obliged or obligated to go to Hajj if you can do. So when you go, you can only perform Hajj for yourself. Pray for your mother. May Allah the Almighty, make her recover. If Allah makes her recover, next year, who knows? Allah's blessings can come and you send her to Makkah. But you cannot perform Hajj for your mother because you have not performed your own Hajj. You cannot perform Hajj for anybody prior to performing your own Hajj. So you can only perform your own this year. If you go, your mother cannot go. You cannot perform Hajj for him this time. For her this time, do your own Hajj. Like I said, but next time, inshallah, you can either send your mother if she's back to health, or otherwise you go for her once because you have already done your Hajj. Okay.
Okay, doctor, another question here. They need to be pure all the time with ablution and through the Hajj process. How important is that? Before we come to that, doctor, we have this question. Let's take this. Assalamu alaikum, questioner.
Walaikum salam.
Bismillah.
Yes. Your program is very interesting.
Yeah, thank you very much. Can you adjust your voice a bit?
Okay. I mean, today I was listening to BBC radio.
Okay.
And Nigerian pilgrims have problem, the women.
Yeah.
Concerning about if you are going to Hajj, you have to go with a male partner or a husband or something like that. But I want to know if you have any idea about that.
Yeah, I think that's
actually, thank you very much. Thank you very much, and we'll say something about it. Yeah, for sure.
You know, it used to be this rule. There's this rule of Islam that women, when they travel, they either travel with, if they are married, they travel with their husbands or with close relatives. That is for the sake of their own security. You know, and you know, physically, usually men are stronger. The level of struggle that men can go through to survive mostly might be very difficult for many women, and that is why the rule used to say this, that when they travel, whether it is Hajj or not Hajj, and of course Hajj including, if they are married and they are going with their husbands, fine, or with relatives, close relatives, who will definitely jealously help them, guard and protect them. But now, where we are now, a lot of changes have happened, a lot of development have happened. Countries send Hajj contingencies, they send Hajj missions. So women, when they go, they are part of the Hajj mission. They are equally protected by the government of the Gambia and the contingent of the Hajj contingent of the government of the Gambia, and also equally protected by the Hajj, by the Saudi government. In my humble opinion, this is not an important requirement anymore.
Hello?
We take this caller before I also.
Hello?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, can you reduce the volume of your TV, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Please reduce the volume of your TV. Yes. Hello? Yeah, it seems we missed that, doctor. Please, anybody call in? We crave your indulgence to please reduce the volume of your TV so that we can communicate better. Yes, I also heard this today, that most Nigerians encountered some problems in Medina or Mecca, especially those under 40,
yeah,
because they are not with their mahrams and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, but
I think
Actually, most of those going from the Gambia are above 40. One.
no, yeah.
Secondly, I think Nigeria, perhaps the number
Yeah, there's a caller.
is too much. Also, we take this caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Bismillah.
Bubakar, I just want to ask a question. I was just watching the TV.
You're welcome.
Yeah, okay. I'm 25 years old.
Okay.
I'm like, somebody want to take me for pilgrimage in Mecca, in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Yeah. But then I'm supposed to go with somebody.
Okay.
Yeah. And then if I go, like my mom is at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I come back and they decide to put me another house, like they said they furnish the house and to make everything good. And whilst the needy, the poor people are near to me, whether to kill a goat or a sheep or a bull, in just for my welcoming. So how do you see that too? I just want to know.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, I think this is a very unique person. You think very positively. Majority of Gambians are not thinking that positive way. If you are very right, 100%. The luxurious way that we treat our pilgrims when they return to Mecca is not necessarily Islamic. It may not be haram, but you are right. If you have so many people, more than the majority of people staying with you, extremely poor and living under the poverty line, before you spend that money in 1 or 2 days, yes, take the money and give it to them. Allah will reward you. In fact, it is like you continuing the Hajj mission. You have returned from a mission, and now you are continuing another mission of helping the poor. Well, if you control the process, if you control the funds, if you can tell them to give the funds, instead of lavishly spending the fund, killing bulls and cooking, large quantities of food, get the fund, have a control over it, and make sure that you dish it out to the poor. Allah will reward you.
Okay. Yeah, in some cases you don't see those types of extravagance. Some will just organize a simple ceremony for the people. Is that acceptable also?
Yeah, of course. It's normal. It's typical of any body who returns from a journey.
And he also said one thing, to furnish to your house before you come. Are those things acceptable?
Not necessarily. It's not a bad thing though at all. I mean, to furnish your house, to make your house more comfortable, there's nothing bad with it. But I think he has a mission. He has a very important message.
Yeah, that is those who extremely do it.
If the house is already okay to a good level, before you further spend money on that, and you have a lot of people living below the poverty line in your neighborhood, why don't they give them the money?
Yeah.
If you can do that, that's what Islam prefers.
Yeah.